The Whitetail Institute of North America presents Scent Blocker Most Wanted. Brought to you by the Whitetail Institute of North America. Research equals results. Ford and your quality Ford dealers. Matthews Archery. Bass Pro Shops in Cabela's. Your adventure starts here. Scent Blocker. Nothing gets you closer. And Mossy Oak. It's not a passion, it's an obsession.
We're heading down to Oklahoma today. Roy texted me a couple days ago, said he's got a really good 7-point mature deer that has been showing up at one of his locations every morning and every evening, daylight hours. Kansas rifle season, this is the last weekend of Kansas rifle season. So we like to give some of our properties a little rest. Shelby still needs a tag out, but she had some work to do, so it was a good chance for me and Braden to hit the road for a day or two and hopefully make things happen in the Sooner State. We're gonna hang tight, see what can happen tonight, maybe make a real fast trip out of it. But this good 7-point comes in, we'll send one of them new Element archery arrows through him and see if the Thorn Broadhead can do a trick. See what happens. Oklahoma bound. Second estrus is just starting to kick off in Kansas, and we're not too far in Oklahoma, so hopefully deer are doing the same thing here. We got some pure whitetail redemption out there. That is their product. That is a second estrus. Hopefully cruising bucks catch downwind of it, and they come up curious to see what's going on, and we can put the Matthews to work. We're just gonna sit tight and see what happens.
Scent Blocker's Most Wanted is brought to you by Covert Scouting Cameras, a camera for every need and budget, and Premier Farm Realty Group and Auction. Own a slice of America's heartland. Scent Blocker Most Wanted is brought to you by Element Archery, built to hunt. and Thorn broadheads, driving accuracy through hidden blade technology.
Well, it's our second trip down to Salt Plains Ranch. Roy called me a few days ago and said, "Hey Mac, I got this 7-point. He's been pretty consistent. I think I can put you on him in a day." So me and Braden packed our bags yesterday morning, headed down south. 2 hours later, this guy came walking in. Let the Matthews and the Thorn broadheads do all the rest of the work. Couldn't be more excited for my first Oklahoma buck. That does it.
You know, with almost 45 years of shooting bows and arrows, I got to tell you, not all arrow shafts are created equal. You know, the Most Wanted team started shooting the Quake arrow by Element Archery this past year, and I have to tell you, the finest, flattest, fastest shooting arrow shaft that I've ever shot. You know, Element Archery offers a full line of arrow shafts. Our team chose to shoot the Quake because I feel it's one of the best hunting shafts in the industry. If you're a serious target shooter, the new trimmer. It's a 27 series shaft, high modular carbon. The straightnesses are .001 and are plus or minus 1 grain per dozen.
All right, so Aaron just called us, and he's about, Roy, how many miles away?
Probably 4.5 miles.
Okay, Aaron's about 4.5 miles to the south of us, and he's got his big buck, target buck, cross paths with him as he's walking into the blind. So he called, he said, "I'm gonna try to sneak up on this buck." So he set his camera down, Aaron's self-filming. Set his camera down, tried to envision where it's all gonna take place. Well, the deer walked about 30 yards the wrong direction. So Aaron snuck back to his camera, called me and said, "Hey, can you guys get back here real quick? I know exactly where this buck's bedded down at. You know, let's make it happen." So here we go.
In the sport of hunting, you win some and you lose some. Today we lost about as many times as the Cleveland Browns have. That buck made a huge wide turn and came all the way to the marsh. So we made another big wide turn, make sure we were downwind of them. Got to sneaking up, and it's so hard in this tall grass, you just don't know exactly how close you are. And we thought we were probably still 50 to 60 yards from them, and we were gonna try and get maybe 15, 20 yards more. We misjudged that distance too, because he was less than 20 yards from us, and we just couldn't see him, and he busted out of here. I think we're gonna slip out of here and give it a go again tomorrow. So we'll see.
ScentBlocker's Most Wanted is brought to you by IM Performance Nutrition, fueling the outdoor athlete, and Matthews Archery. ScentBlocker Most Wanted is brought to you by Mission by Matthews. And Kirsch Targets. Train smart, finish strong.
I don't even know what to say about this morning. We got here with plenty of darkness left to get all set up and get our pure whitetail scent dragged down. Got our dip wicks out exactly where we wanted to shoot this deer. And it's not even daylight yet. I didn't have my release on, didn't have an arrow on the bow. We're just sitting here, just getting final preps done. And off to my right, I see a doe coming in. Oh my God. And obviously that's when the mad dash starts. You gotta get everything ready. Well, right behind her was our most wanted buck, the buck that we are here to shoot. We got lucky. He just kept milling around while she was feeding, just kind of making big loop. He was on alert. She was a little bit on edge, and I should have known he was going to drop. As soon as he comes to the cedar, I'm going to take the shot. That's exactly what he did. He dropped and twisted and turned as he's running. So the shot on entry looks high. But we're going to do the right thing. We're going to wait probably an hour or two before we even get out of the blind and go to look for any blood. I saw him stop right on the edge of some cedars out here. And then never heard anything. So we're going to give it some time, and we're going to go over and see if we can't pick up that blood trail. So hopefully it's a lesson learned, but with the trophy at the end of the trail, and not a lesson learned the hard way. So we'll see. Let's take a look at this guy. What an Oklahoma stud. I tell you what, this is the first year we've been here with Salt Plains Ranch and hunting with our good friend Roy. I tell you what, this place is incredible. Their properties are insane. I mean, we're here in the rut. This is the first week of November, and you know, you get the bucks cruising up and down the rivers, and that's exactly where we were set up, just about 100 yards from the river. And he came through at first light, and it was a bit of a surprise when he came through. But either way, he only went about 100 yards, and the Thorn Broadhead did its job on.
I tell you what, a less than perfect shot. It was a bit high, but it looks like from the bubbles we did end up catching the lungs. So it's got that really nice wide cut, and thanks to it we were able to take this deer. But what a beautiful deer.
Scent Blockers Most Wanted is brought to you by Pure Whitetail, one deer directly to one bottle, and Old Oaks Outfitters, Indiana's premier hunting destination. Scent Blockers Most Wanted is brought to you by Ford and your quality Ford dealers. Mossy Oak, it's not a passion, it's an obsession. Tree Spider, the new world of tree stand safety. The Heartland Archery Series, made by hunters, for hunters. Finlayson Lake Resort and Campground, making your dreams real. And Doug Myers Taxidermy, the official taxidermist of Scent Blockers Most Wanted.
I can't believe that just happened out of nowhere. That buck stepped out. I'm watching 3 does in front of me, and they all look back to my left. And I look, and he's already out in the road here, and he's facing directly away from me. And he finally quartered, and I think my shot was perfect, and I think we buried it into his back shoulder. Well, here he is. Paul, thank you, sir.
Absolutely.
Like I told you in the stand right after we shot him, probably one of the most exciting hunts I've ever been on. It's been a dream of mine for a long time to shoot a velvet deer. Just never had the opportunity, and met Paul Elias last year, and just couldn't be more thankful for the invite to come to South Carolina, hunt on his personal property, and take such an incredible animal. So Paul, thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. What a great way to start 2019.